Okay, hey, what's up, guys? Y'all like my little rendition of the graduation song or whatever that song is called? But anyways, I just picked up my cap and gown. I will be graduating this Saturday with a Bachelor's of Science in Psychology. So, yeah, first started school back in August of 2009, and I'm now graduating in December of 2012. So I'm getting my Bachelor's of Science in 3.5 years. It was a long, hard journey, a long, hard process. It was not easy. And I just want to talk a little bit about education and college real quick. Originally, I came in school, I thought I wanted to be a doctor, a medical doctor, and I was majoring in psychology. I switched majors to biology, then I switched back to psychology, still taking biology courses, and then I ultimately decided I didn't want to be a doctor anymore, and I wanted to look into the field of psychology. I love psychology. I'm probably one day going to pursue a PhD in clinical psychology, so I just have to see how that goes. But I am applying to law school. I want to be a lawyer. I'm undecided as far as what type of lawyer, but yeah, law school is what's next in the books for me. And hopefully I can try and do law and psychology. After my first year, I'm going to try to apply to the PhD program at whatever school I end up at. But just a little advice to whoever cares. So undergrad. I went to school in Miami. You guys have heard that a million times. My freshman year, I was partying. But my grades were never below C's. Like, I would always settle for a B. And then eventually I decided that, if I can, well, actually, let me tell the truth. One of my professors, I made the highest grade in one of my psychology classes, and one of my professors saw it in me, and he pulled me to the side. He was like, "You're doing a good job," and I didn't even know this professor knew who I was, let alone was following my track record in his class. So it pushed me, it inspired me, it motivated me, and I decided to try and do the best I can in my courses instead of just doing enough to get by. So, I started acing my courses. I got on the dean's list. My GPA rose. It would have been, I would have made cum laude if I wasn't goofing off and if I didn't take those hard science courses. I mean, shout out to everybody who takes like chemistry, physics, things like that. I'm sorry I wasn't really exposed to that, but that is really challenging material. Psychology is where I belong because I could get it like this. That information was like this. So my grades improved and I started doing better, and I started taking leadership roles at my school, and all around started to become an overachiever. So hopefully it'll benefit me in the future. It was great. It was a great time for me to grow. I matured. I stepped out of my comfort zone. So I can honestly say I'm a much, much, much better person than what I was when I first walked into undergrad. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, college isn't everything. It's just they're trying to get money for you. You don't necessarily need a degree." College is so much more than just the degree and the classes. You really grow as a person, especially for me because I went so far away from school. Mom and dad were not just, hop 20 minutes on the highway and you're home. They were a long way away, and it really forced me to grow up and make my own decisions and make the right decisions that were for me. As far as my psychology work, I completed my own study and I learned a lot about research methods and whatnot, and I really love psychology. So I think I am gonna, like I said before, I am gonna go back and try and get a graduate degree, hopefully a PhD or a PsyD. in psychology. Now, how did I graduate early? Like I said, I switched my major, twice? And most people who continuously switch their majors are lucky to even graduate on time. But I graduated early because I took summer school. Summer school is very expensive. I wasn't repeating any classes in summer school. I just decided, well, hey, if I'm going to take biology courses, I need to stay on track with my psychology courses. So I would I took chemistry during the summer. Don't ever do that. It's really hard to take chemistry during the summer, especially for me. That was my first time seeing a lot of that material. Like, I didn't take chemistry in high school. So most of the people in my class, my summer chemistry class, were people who took chemistry during the regular year and just needed to retake the class because they didn't pass. So I was in there learning brand new material in 6 weeks. It was very difficult. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I thought I was going to fail most of the summer, but I pulled off a C, and I hate C's, but at least I passed the class. And things like that are why my transcript GPA is not exactly to the highest of its potential, but my psychology classes, and once I became serious, they really got up there. If you can afford to, definitely do summer classes. Like, I love summer classes. They cut the whole what's the syllabus shorter. Like, they cut out some things. Like, for a lot of my summer classes, it was just 2 exams. They cut out a paper. They cut out a presentation, because ultimately you're doing 2 semesters in 12 weeks. I love that. Like, that's how I got ahead. I love summer classes. They're just so freaking expensive. But yeah, and I think the minimum I can take at my school was 12 credits, and the maximum was, I think, somewhere between 18 and 21 credits. Take your full amount of credits. You're paying for it anyway. So I used to take 18 credits every semester. I think only maybe my freshman year or so I was only taking 12 credits. And take credits that actually count towards your major. Like, yes, I did take things like aerobics, but like, don't continuously take aerobics, because that's like 1 or 2 credits, and it's really not going anywhere. It's not, outside of your school, it's really not saying anything. So take things that are actually going to count. I know your professors or your advisors or whatnot will actually say, well, try this, try that, try this. No, try things that will actually count towards your major. That's another thing I wanted to say. Be your own advisor. Yes, have your advisor and be with your advisor, but they should give you a coursework plan and what you need to do to graduate, and you need to make sure you're on top of that. Your advisor has many other advisees. They're not necessarily going to pay attention to you personally unless you get to know your advisor personally, and I did. Luckily for me, I had several classes with her. I did my independent research with her, so she knew me. But everybody's not going to be that fortunate, especially if you're one of those quiet kids in the classroom who likes to sit in the back and just take your test and leave. Like, you really got to stay on top of your own schedule. You really need to know, like, what classes you have left, what classes you need to take, and what are BS classes and what you really don't need, so don't even bother signing up for it. So, yeah. So, I'm done with my undergraduate degree. I hope some of those tips or advice or just sharing a little bit of my story will be beneficial to some of you out there. And I graduate on Saturday. I'm so excited. Woo! Oh, and this is some new hair I got in. I dyed it, y'all. I haven't really done anything with it. I'm thinking about doing like spiral curls with it. So yeah, right now it's like a loose beachy wave texture, but I'm gonna curl it. I was scared this cat was not gonna fit on my head, because I have a big long head, long pineapple head. Okay, but it fit. Okay, so y'all gonna see me on Saturday. Bye, y'all.